Big ships, big ships, little ships, little ships. So I was as she asked me to come maybe share some stories from class. I was racking my brain trying to think of any like specific instances of like that are super memorable for me, and I couldn't quite think of anything. And I was asking my wife and heard her talking about some stories with some people, and I realized all the stories she had to share were getting in trouble. So I realized I don't have any stories because I wasn't a troublemaker. If I do say so myself, maybe the perfect suit. So, as I've talked to a lot of teachers, pretty much the consensus is the most difficult grades to teach is junior high. They're very difficult. And so I'm just so grateful for such a wonderful lady that dedicated so much time and effort to teaching and inspiring and being just an important role model to such young people for so long. Thank you.
And as I spoke earlier, I was the one on the ground crawling in her class. That was the junior high student that every teacher probably didn't want to have. But I feel like she instilled in me some very important things. Even recently, I got the chance to hike the Grand Canyon. And lo and behold, the stories that she told us of Lewis and Clark were coming back to my mind. And I could remember her voice. I could remember the passion she had about their story. So when I was there, it was as if I was reliving all those stories she told me as a 7th grader, right? So the least of those students, right, the ones that seem like they're not learning and they're not paying attention, they actually are, as I was. And I'll always remember, too, the opportunity she gave me to be a TA, made me take responsibility, which led to student council, which led to a lot of really amazing opportunities at Heritage and beyond. So the culture that was cultivated, it really did start there at Heritage in the 7th grade with Mrs. Reid, who was patient enough to let me be Kendra and then develop into something better. So I'm always going to be grateful for her.
I think that when I look at some of the most powerful women in my life, Sandi Reid's at the top of it, along with Judy Nagley. I've been so honored when I went to college and they were talking about women need to be empowered. I was so confused because all of my life growing up, I had watched Heritage Academy empower women like Sandi Reid and Judy Nagley and my mom. And it was just so incredible. She was put on this earth to teach junior high history, and she was phenomenal at it. I will share a personal story one day. I was in her class, and she passed out a talk or a speech from a founding father, and she put us in groups. She said, read it and then discuss it. And I grabbed that paper and I said, I don't like being the last one done, so I tried to read it as fast as I could, and I didn't understand it. And I think she figured that out by my body language. She came up to me, and I remember the thoughts coming up through my head saying, this is hard. I don't get this. I want to give up. How do I get out of this? And she saw that I was struggling. She walked up and she put her hand on my shoulder. She said, just slow down. Take it one step at a time, one little piece at a time, just try to understand it. And interestingly enough, fast forward, I'm approaching an alumni association. And guys, guess what? I'm overwhelmed some days. I get scared and stressed and I want to give up. And I felt so surely Sandi Reid's presence witness again. Her words came back to me. She said, slow down. Take it one step at a time. You'll figure this out. I'm so grateful for Sandi Reid and the incredible, powerful woman she was. We are so honored, and there's not enough great words to say about her, but we love her so much, and we're so grateful for her work and for her textbook. Oh my goodness, we have to bring that up too. Her incredible textbook. Yes, her life on work, just incredible. But we are honored today. We'd like to bring up Mike Reid to accept this award and share her thoughts. Thank you. But it is our honor to present this award for outstanding education and educational excellence in remembrance of Sandi Reid. Oh, sorry.
I didn't realize that you were going to ask me to speak. I'm overwhelmed. I feel Sandy's presence, and she's smiling. We talked about legacy earlier, and she has quite a legacy. As a grandmother, as a wife, as a friend, I miss her, and I'm sure many of you do also. Thank you for this great honor.